Okay, so first we're going to set up our InDesign file for this interactive report. So I'm going to open up InDesign, and I am currently using InDesign CC. So this is what my open screen looks like. And I am going to select New or Control End. And I'm going to set up my new document. So as you can see, it's on some different settings right now that I don't want. So I'm going to choose, for the preset, just a custom preset. The intent is going to be for a web. Number of pages, for right now, I'm just going to have one page. The dimensions of this document are going to be 1024 by 768, and I believe this works on most widescreen monitors. For the margins, I'm going to choose a 6-pixel margin all the way around. And for the bleed, since this is not a print document, I'm just going to select 0 for the bleed. And I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And now my document is open. So you can see the 6 pixel margin around the document. And I'm going to go ahead and set up my layers right now. So I'm going to go over to the layers panel. And since it's a new document, I only have one layer visible right now. I'm going to go ahead and create 4 more layers. So I'm going to go down to the icon at the bottom of the layers panel, the create new layer icon, and go ahead and click it 5 times. Okay. And now I'm going to go ahead and name these layers. Let me just flip them around a little bit. So this light blue layer, I always designate this as my text layer. And the red is going to be my pictures. Green is going to be my page elements. This dark blue color is going to be my layout grid. And this pinkish color is going to be my navigation layer. And the navigation layer I want on top of everything. Actually, I think I'm going to switch places. I'm going to put the layout grid on top of navigation so it sits on top of everything. Okay, so my layers are set. And before I go forward, I'm going to go ahead and save this document. And I'm going to save it as Pinterest like grid. Okay, so the next order of business is that I'm going to create my layout grid. So I'm going to go to the Pages panel, and I'm going to select the A master, and I want to create my layout grid on this A master because I want the grid to be repeated on every page. I don't want to have to recreate the grid every time I create a new page. So I'm just going to create this layout grid on the A master and make sure that on the layers panel, on the layers section, that I have layout grid selected so that when I create my layout grid, all the lines are going to show up on that layer. So after that's selected, I go to my menu at the top to layout, and I click on create guides. So let's see, for this, I think I want to have 9 rows and 12 columns. Let me hit the preview button so I can see what that looks like. I think I want them to fit to the margin. Okay, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to click OK. And then I'm going to lock this layer because I don't want to accidentally move any of these grid lines around. I want them to be locked in place. So that element is finished. And now I'm going to go back to the just main page, and now you can see that the layout grid is applied to this main page because it's under a master. And if I click the eyeball, I can toggle visibility, so I can toggle those grids off if I get tired of looking at them, and I can toggle them on. So right now I'm going to leave them on because I'll be using these grids to set up the layout of my tile, interactive tile page.